Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network, also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it. I made it on time, which means Adam owes me lunch.
I mean, is that even fair at this
Dude,
point?
that was like some shot clock stuff.
It was.
That was like some 7:59.
There was like 5 seconds left on the clock, and I was like,
March Madness
here
style.
I come.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of March Madness, sorry to everybody's brackets. R.I.P.
All right, so I guess we can start off with formal congratulations, and you guys kind of know how. So first, I want to congratulate Michigan. Actually,
I picked them.
They
to
were
win.
down by 15.
I
I
thought
gotta
you were
give
going
them
to
credit.
congratulate me.
I'm
I'm
the
not
only
going
one
to
who picked
lie.
them. I'm the only one who picked them.
You got to give them credit.
Yeah.
Michigan did win yesterday. They came back down from 15. Congrats to
They
them.
played good in the second half.
Congrats to Baylor for absolutely destroying Norfolk. I mean, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Richmond for upsetting Iowa.
Iowa, yeah.
Congratulations to St. Peter's for upsetting Kentucky.
New Jersey.
March Madness is officially here, and now I get to do what I've been waiting for since last night. Fuck you, Iowa. Fuck you, Kentucky. You fucked my fucking bracket, you motherfuckers. All right, I got that out of the way.
Iowa's like the fake ID on
Sorry,
both football
I had to get that out.
and basketball. I don't know what the hell happened.
Great
Congrats
basketball
to-
last night.
It was great basketball.
Davante Adams was traded. Jesus Christ. There's so much to
Got a lot
talk
to get
about.
into.
There's so much to talk about. Let's get started with who else other than Davante Adams traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's start with Adams. Gets the franchise tag, tells the team he's not playing for the team under the franchise tag. They technically have the cap to offer him a deal
They did.
and to match the deal that Vegas put together. Well, he said, yeah, I'm going to go play in Vegas with my old quarterback. I'm sick of this bitch-ass one that all he does is complain. Bitch. Did I mention all he does is bitch? Oh, and he throws to me in double coverage while Adam Lazard is wide open over the middle of the field against San Francisco in the playoff game, right? Yeah, that quarterback, I'm done with him. See, because that quarterback in Green Bay gives you the stats, right? He plays phenomenal football in the regular season, and come postseason, he just can't deliver. And it's been 13 years now, and he just can't deliver. And Davante Adams looked himself in the mirror and said, I'm not playing with this bitch. He doesn't care about me. He cares about himself. He cares about the job he's getting on Jeopardy, and that's about it. He doesn't care for anybody in this goddamn organization, let alone me. Yeah, trade me. 2 first-round picks? Green Bay should be happy about that. For a wide receiver, I think it's a great deal. But you just went from Super Bowl contenders to you'll probably win your division if your team holds up. You have a good defense in Green Bay. You'll probably draft a Garrett Wilson if you're lucky. You're going after wide receivers. Are you going to trade for Robert Woods? Are you going to sign Odell Beckham? Who knows? Who knows? Julio Jones is available. The Packers will be able to find a way to compete in the North next year. I'm not worried about that. But that tells me everything that we've always said about Aaron Rodgers. He is, quote unquote, right, the bad man, right? That is the famous saying of Aaron Rodgers over the last, 6, 7, 8 years. He's a bad man,
Now he's
except
just-
in the playoffs.
Now he's just bad. Yeah.
Now he's just bad. Look, is he going to probably throw for 4,000 yards and less than 10 interceptions and 20-plus
Yeah.
touchdowns? Yeah, he is.
No doubt.
That's just Aaron Rodgers. He's great in the regular season. And for the last decade now, over a decade, he's done nothing. Done absolutely nothing. And I could argue the last 3 football teams he's been a part of have been some of, if not the best rosters the Packers have ever fielded. But of course, the Packers are not innocent in all of this. They did draft Jordan Love. They didn't draft him a wide receiver when it was requested by him and recommended. So this is where we kind of part ways with the Green Bay Packers and the situation with Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Now that Adams is out the door, if I'm Green Bay, I'm making one of 2 decisions. I'm all in free agency and trying to acquire a wide receiver elsewhere using possibly those Raider picks, or I'm trading Aaron Rodgers and I'm going into a full rebuild. Both, I think, the Packers are capable of doing. The one I likely expect them to do is to go all in for the next 2 years like they have been and try to get something out of it. They'll probably win the North 1 out of the 2 years, but they're not Super Bowl contenders, Jeff. After last night, they're done. They're no longer Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, they're trying to hide the inevitability of a rebuild, it seems like. And with Davante Adams, listen, the Packers were stuck between a rock and a hard place already because it is being reported via Ian Rappaport that Adams' agent confirmed the Packers offered the wideout more money than the contract he'll receive with the Raiders. More money. But his lifelong dream was to play for the Silver and Black. And he already that relationship was already fractured. He told, I think it was reported, he said, I will not be back. Will never be a Packer again, were his words. Quote, the situation was too far gone. So I think the Packers failing to get a deal done earlier and show that commitment. I mean, Adams was already halfway out. I mean, he had 1 foot out, and Adam just named all the reasons why, especially with Aaron Rodgers. But not only that, he played college football with Derek Carr. He had, a great college career with Derek Carr at Fresno State. So he's going to a guy he's familiar with. He's going to the Raiders. Now the Raiders, that AFC West ain't no joke, and they understand that. So they're stacking pieces, and that comes with getting a number 1 wide receiver. That comes with signing a Chandler Jones. So I love that they're going all in. I mean, all the teams in the AFC West. So give credit to Davante Adams. Now he becomes the NFL's highest paid receiver in the history of the NFL. And now he gets to go to a quarterback he's familiar with, and with Josh McDaniels. So it's good for him. Now, what does it mean for the Packers? I think they have the number 22 pick, I believe, and they have a late first because it's the Packers pick. So they have 2 picks in top 30. But again, do they draft a wide receiver at 22? Who will be there at 22? Or do they go and trade it for a wide receiver? Do they go and sign a wide receiver? Tom Brady's recruiting Julio. Odell still coming off that ACL injury. So it's a tough road for the Packers. I think they'll still contend for the division. I mean, they always do during the regular season. But it ain't about the regular season. It's about the postseason. And Aaron Rodgers has shown you over the last 5 years, it's been upsetting to see the results that he's produced. So it doesn't change my thoughts on the Packers. With Davante, without Davante, they were always going to fall short. But now it's a little more relieving as a Lions fan knowing that Khalil Mack's gone out of your division. Davante Adams is now gone out of your division. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Packers do. Do they go all in and try to get a wide receiver to accommodate Aaron Rodgers? I don't get why. I mean, Aaron Rodgers must have knew this.
You have
right?
to stop that, though.
He must have known this.
He did. He was
Signing
aware, but
the
you
deal.
have to stop. Not you, just you. We. Everybody needs to stop this. We need to accommodate and coddle Aaron Rodgers. Fuck him.
Well,
He is the reason you are in this situation.
Speaking generally, yeah, but
It is so frustrating to me because, you know what? Yeah, they took Jordan Love, and I'm sure that fractured their relationship with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no
Fair
doubt.
enough. They offered you a new deal. Move on. Oh, it's too far gone because, well, Aaron Rodgers is making an insane amount of money, almost $70 million over the next 2 years, annually. Unbelievable. Davante Adams just wants to get his first big-time contract. He's never gotten paid big-time money yet. This is his first big contract. You couldn't give it to a lifelong Packer who's been there almost 7-8 years?
they just
All right.
pissed him off enough.
They pissed him off
because they
enough,
offered
and
him more money.
Now he's in Vegas.
Yeah,
And if you're a Packers fan, yeah, you can look to that young defense. You're like, all right, we got pieces. They're young.
right.
All right, we just got rid of Zadarius Smith. That's a huge cap relief. We can likely pursue a Robert Woods or one of these free agents like a Julio Jones on top of drafting a wide receiver in this year's first round. We'll be okay. We have Aaron Rodgers. That's the point. You have Aaron Rodgers. For all the success he's given you, it has been failure after failure after failure after failure in the postseason. And you are no longer allowed to hide behind that. Mm-hmm. We're done. We're done covering up his postseason flaws because he's such a damn good regular season quarterback. And forget labeling him that way. He's such a damn good quarterback. He really is. But he's not in the postseason. And if you want to be great, that's where you got to play your best ball.
Absolutely. My prediction, they'll probably draft one. I mean, but again, rookie wide receiver and you sign a veteran, like, Packers are going to be fine. But again, it doesn't change my outlook on the Packers. Like, with or without Davante, like I said, they were always going to fall short. I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl, even with Davante. So, hey, NFC North becomes a little more, lighter. But again, Davante,
Watch out for the Vikings.
Vikings are rising. Their stock, buy some stock in the Vikings now because
They draft a corner in the first round. They're gonna get closer and closer to contending for that division this year. Watch out for the Lions. Look, that may be a division that a 10, 11 win team walks away with it at the end of the year. I have them winning 6-9. It's not too far off.
No.
Watch out. Watch out the whole season. But look, the NFC North still runs through Green Bay. They have the best quarterback. They have the best coach. That's not changing anytime soon. Did Matt LaFleur leave? Did Aaron Rodgers leave? No. Until they do, well, sorry. Especially the quarterback. Rodgers is phenomenal. But when you get to the postseason, the rest is history. You don't believe me? I'm going to read you his stat line from his most recent outstanding postseason performance. I don't know if you guys watched the game. It was against San Francisco this past season. 20 of 29, Aaron Rodgers. This is the Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yep.
20 of 29, 225 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. His longest pass, his average yards per throw, 7.8 yards. Not bad, not awful, but he did nothing. Imagine I told you before that game that the Niners would only score 13 points. You would take all the money out in your bank, you would refinance your house, get some more money, and bet it all on the Packers to win that football game.
Yeah, he even forced
And they
it.
didn't.
He even forced it to Davante at the very end. Remember that?
That's what cost him. Lazard was over the middle.
I was just throwing it up in the air. At
Lazard
Davante.
had 20 yards, not 20 yards, 7 to 10 yards of separation.
Yeah.
He had about 20 to 25 yards worth of running space he could go after the catch. That's ridiculous. Tired of Aaron Rodgers. So tired. They should have gotten Davante Adams signed 2 years ago.
That's the key.
It was not last year. It was 2 years ago. You failed to renegotiate, and you could have got him at a freaking fraction of what he's getting paid right now. And you failed to do it. Why? Because Aaron Rodgers, our Lord and Savior. Imagine a franchise quarterback who's so good, Hall of Fame, first ballot. Yeah, so disappointing. Unbelievable. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, are the Detroit Lions having too quiet of an offseason? And then, of course, we do have to get into Saddiq Bey. 51 last night. I mean, what a game.
You got to call him Sadiq Trey.
I like that.
Sadiq Trey now. All right.
I like that, Jeff. Look at you. I like that. I don't mind that at all. But let's do the Lions offseason. Are they quiet, rumored to be interested in Robert Woods?
Yep.
Who knows what that looks like? We'll wait and see, Maddie.
Yes, we'll talk about that when we get back from break. But before we go, we do need to hear about Gypsy Vodka.
Gypsy Vodka, the smoothest and best tasting vodka on the market. Gluten-free, Michigan's vodka. Guys, they're locally owned and operated up in Petoskey, Michigan. Check them out. Again, Michigan's vodka, gluten-free. Ask for the bottle by the name of Gypsy. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, drink responsibly.
I'm Kay Cunningham. Working with Hall Financial to purchase my first home was easier than I could have ever imagined. They treated me like family from start to finish. Find out for yourself at callhallfirst.com.
Think you're a big shot?
Oh, excuse me, it goes down!
Think you can make the big shot?
Washington fires and hits!
Woodward Sports wants to send you to the finals for college basketball April 2nd through the 4th in New Orleans. That's right, you and a friend in the Big Easy. We'll take care of the airfare, hotel, and tickets to see the finals for college basketball. Listen Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy. And the bottom line for your chance to qualify. If you can make the big shot, you and a friend are getting out of the cold and to New Orleans.
Got it!
Keep listening and watching for your next chance to win. Powered by Planet Fitness, Centron, and the Sports Marketing Agency.
And it's over! Anything can happen in March!
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. We got to talk about some Lions. Have they been a little bit too quiet this offseason?
No. You go, Adam, but no.
No. Well, first I'm going to agree with Jeff that the answer is no, but what's our definition? I have a question of that. What's our definition of quiet?
The opposite of me.
The Jaguars?
That's fair. Well,
They're
thank God
loud.
they're not the Jaguars.
Yeah, they're loud.
I think Detroit Lions
Jags
fans.
are loud as hell.
Yeah, loud as hell,
They're like,
but on a bunch of B-, C+ players.
Yeah.
Outside of the guard they signed. What? You want me to be excited about Christian Kirk? Zay Jones? Oh, my
I'm
God.
not saying that you should be excited about that, but they're over here tossing dollars like it ain't nobody's
Evan
business.
Ingram?
Unbelievable. Evan Ingram, the guy who can't stay healthy. We're doing a fantastic job this morning. But, look, I don't think they're quiet. But, Jeff, go ahead, please.
No, they're not too quiet. And I knew this would be the conversation as well. Lions fans are always going to sit here in free agency and look at other teams spending money and say, why aren't we spending money? But I think the logical Lions fans that are in our chat and on Twitter, for the most part, understand that this offseason was never going to be loud. It was always going to be quiet. It was always going to be an offseason of bringing back talent. All right, maybe you do sign a couple guys, and they did. DJ Chark, they signed. They brought, I forgot the tight end's name out of the Saints that Dan Campbell's familiar with. You brought depth at tight end. You re-signed Tracy Walker, which we all wanted the Lions to do. They got what they needed to get done. I'm not worried about going out and spending money. I mean, I did want Miles Jack, but again, I'm not going to sit here and be bitter because we didn't get Miles Jack. They are just fine. They have the assets. They got the compensatory. My God, I can't say it. Compensatory picks.
Compensatory.
You guys, yeah, it's too early.
Did you grow up here or in Scandinavia?
Scandinavia.
Jesus Christ.
I'm actually Yeah. I'm not even from the U.S. But anyway, no, we're good. I ain't worried about it. I said the Lions would be quiet this whole offseason. I'm actually happy they didn't spend money. I'm happy you didn't go and throw money at anybody. They signed who they needed to get signed, and that's all there is to it. And I know Lions fans are fine with it. I know people in the chat are saying the offseason's too quiet. Come on, guys. You got to build through the draft. That's the mindset.
Guys,
build
we're
your
4
team.
days in, you impatient, inbred idiots. We're 4 days in. 5 days maybe now. Chill the hell out. They re-signed the players they needed. They haven't overcommitted and spent big money on players you don't want long-term. Shut the hell up. They've done a fine job so far. It's been quiet and patient. I don't mind it. And this morning, we wake up to news that Robert Woods is reportedly somebody the Lions have already called the Los Angeles Rams about. Good. I prefer that over any wide receiver in the market right now in terms of free agency, and it's not even close. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Is it nothing?
Are the Lions too... Guys, I swear to God, it's like you want your cake and you want to eat it. Like, I don't know what to do, and you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, nothing's good enough. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't know.
They were able to sign some players that they needed for depth. They acquired a tight end yesterday, again, for depth. Good. Solid moves. That's what you want. You don't want them paying $20 million a year for Christian Kirk. You don't want $10 million a year for Zay Jones. So shut the hell up.
Hell no.
Shut the hell up and stop bitching. And to any of you, any single one of you this morning that are going to bring up me having Iowa in the Final Four, I'm going to ban you from the goddamn page.
So funny. That's the first thing I thought about last night.
God damn it.
Like, would you even welcome a trade, Robert Woods, if they were trying to acquire a guy like Robert Woods? Yeah,
absolutely.
Now that's a great deal. But again, like talking about the offseason's too quiet, guys. The Lions are going to have more money next year. Like,
Thank you.
You're going to be able to spend money down the line. This offseason, I don't know what you were expecting, but it's like going into a movie expecting the best and going and seeing a movie that's not too exciting.
You're not in a position to sign high-quality, high-coveted free agents. You're not ready for Marcus Williams, you stupid asses. You're not ready for a Zadarius Smith. You're just not ready. You're almost there. You're not there yet. You need one more draft, and then next offseason, if they're just doing nothing, all right, fine, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'll be pounding the desk for you. Don't worry. Till then, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, year 2 of a rebuild, guys. I mean, it's year 2. I don't know. I'm good with it. I remember we were saying months ago, Adam, what are they going to do in the offseason? What are they going to do in the offseason? You know what the constant answer was? Re-sign guys. Maybe get a guy or two that you like. DJ Chark, I like a whole lot. So I'm sold. I'm good. They didn't commit to nobody. If DJ Chark doesn't work out, you're good. They didn't sign anybody that you'd sit here and be like, all right, if they do not work out, you're stuck with this contract. They didn't. They got a bunch of good deals. Tracy Walker, 3-year deal.
The concept that you need to improve, they aren't improving. And if they regress and only win 2-3 games this year, there's going to be a lot of questions happening with who the head coach is.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
We're going to have some issues.
But I don't think anybody in this room expects that to be the case. I think you're expecting 6, 7, 8, hell, a great season, 9 wins. That would be impressive. But that's what they got to do. That's what they must do because the roster actually isn't as bad as what you want to make it seem. I'm tired of hearing that the roster is so bad. Oh my God. They have 2 first-round draft picks, a second-rounder. They're picking 5 times within the first 100.
They'll be fine.
They'll be able to nab 4 starters if they do so correctly. Don't tell me this is a talent issue on this team moving forward. You're going to have players going into their 2nd, 3rd, 4th years that will be improving, and you expect them to make an impact. Shut the hell up. Let the team improve this year the way it's doing it correctly without committing big-time money long-term. And then next year, you can talk to me about spending money. Until then, kiss my ass. Along with Kentucky and Iowa. I'm so angry.
And again, what are your expectations this season? You said
6 to 9 wins.
So
minimum 6.
And you think this team right now can get that?
With that schedule, they better win 6 games minimum.
So it's not like underachieving. They got the right pieces in the building, at least re-signing them. They can win 6 to 9 games this year, 6 to 8 games. It does not matter. Now, people are talking about 10 wins. No, I don't think this team is going to get 10 wins. But again, they could.
They very well could. Anything is possible, but I think the point is, guys, with that schedule, if you walk away 4-13, I swear to God, I'm going to come to one of your houses and punch you in the face.
Someone's got to pay the price.
Someone's paying the price for that. Unacceptable. Having said that, a quiet offseason. I think it's been a patient offseason. The correct offseason. And that's how a front office works. And that's how a quality GM operates. And thank God, for the first time in my goddamn life, there's a guy at the GM position that isn't an idiot. Yeah. He's not an inbred. He's not a friend of the Ford family.
He's patient. I love that.
Thank God.
Thank God.
And now we're complaining year 2 after he delivered year 1 in the draft. Kick rocks. They're rumored to be interested in Robert Woods. That would be a fantastic addition to the football team. That would complete their wide receiving core, at least for the foreseeable future, at least 1-2 years. Having said that, someone's getting punched in the face pretty soon.
At least you're not guys. Like, look at the positive. You're not giving a Trey Flowers $70 million. You're not giving Chase Daniels $12 million. Like, this is a good regime. I like it,
Jeff.
I have no problem.
We talked about foundation yesterday. How important is it? Right?
Yeah.
How do you build your foundation? Through the draft or free agency?
Through the draft, and then you add on top. It's like sprinkling a little cherry on top. That's free agency. That is it. Free agency.
Guys, you can't do a line of cocaine. All right, if you don't have the coke. Okay? It's that simple. Life is so simple sometimes.
Got a point.
All right? You can't do a line of cocaine if there's no cocaine on the table. So go draft your cocaine. And then talk to me about doing it. All right? That was probably not the best example.
Go draft the cocaine.
Draft.
You heard it here first.
We need that.
Sorry, I'm very frustrated this morning. Kentucky and Iowa really triggered me last night.
Can we get that on a shirt? Draft that cocaine.
Draft the cocaine. That's merch
Adam's
dropping
face.
tomorrow. I promise you.
You can't do a line of cocaine if you don't have cocaine, in case you didn't know.
No, you gotta. It's like baking a cake. You got to build the foundation first. All right, and then you can put the frosting on later.
Okay, Drew. The reason why you cut Trey Flowers is because he's a useless player. Number 1. Number 2, it does save you money, and you're building that money into the cap of next year and the year after. And number 3, he's no longer, I believe, a post June 1st cut because he failed a physical, and he now counts towards the pre-June 1st cuts. Draft the cocaine. That's
Hashtag draft the cocaine.
Draft the cocaine. Let's get. You know what? I'm gonna tweet that out right now.
Hashtag.
We're gonna get this going. Hashtag draft. The
Abe
cocaine.
goes. I got a guy for you, Adam. Hold up. I agree with what he said, though. I mean, he didn't say no lies. Even with the analogy. You got to build your foundation, and the Lions are doing just that. We haven't even had a second draft yet. Like, we haven't even had a draft with 2 first-round picks yet. This is our first draft, and I'm fine. I'm going along with the ride, and I'm enjoying it. I think Brad Holmes is doing a magnificent job, so I got no issue with it.
I'm on board with you. I'm glad we agree on that. I want to take a quick break, but before we do, congratulations to Josh Reynolds. He proposed to his girlfriend today, so that's awesome.
Shout out to Josh
There's
Reynolds.
some good news in the world. You know, look, when you get dick kicked like I did last night with Kentucky and Iowa, I mean, you just gotta look forward to anything positive. Honestly, like this coffee right now is saving my life this morning. I was borderline ready to jump off the cliff if I didn't have this
coffee to save my life this
Well,
morning.
I said draft the cocaine. I'm waiting. You guys bring me cocaine. You know what happens next.
Oh,
Maddie?
Jesus. Well, yeah, no, we got to go to break. Before we go, can we please hear my bookie?
Guys, my bookie. The premier sports betting partner of the Woodward Sports Network. Bet from anywhere, anytime using MyBookie. Sign up today using code Woodward and they'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar. What does that mean? It means you put in $100, they'll match you $100. You put in $500, they'll match you $500. Take advantage of their dollar for dollar match. Bet on the goddamn 12 seeds because apparently every goddamn year they need to ruin somebody's bracket. And last year they didn't for me because I had them winning. But this year, kill me. St. Peter's, I hope you're happy about what you did. Guys, go bet at MyBookie. Go bet at MyBookie, the place to be. Well, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117. I don't even care if you have a problem this morning. Just go get it figured out, because I have a problem anyways. See you guys after the break.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Detroit alternative to the normal sports blah, blah, blah. It's Woodward Sports.
Now that everybody's brackets are complete trash, Woodward Sports still wants to send you to the NCAA Finals. So you will be heading to New Orleans. You have the chance to do so. All you have to do is make sure you are watching and listening Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show, afternoons with Big D Energy, and of course drive time with the Bottom Line. If you want more chances to qualify, make sure you're following us on Twitter, Instagram, and of course head to our website at woodwardsports.com. There's going to be 60 on-air qualifiers, one per show. Today's qualifier, drum roll please. No?
Whoever puts hashtag draft the cocaine in the chat. Today's qualifier. Everybody put hashtag.
All I was asking for was a drum roll. Damn.
Well, I figured, I'll help you out today. Because you always look at me sometimes like, yeah, I'll give you some answers. Today it's hashtag draft the cocaine. And you can pick. I don't want to pick.
You never pick.
I know. I'm lazy.
You picked one time.
Yes, I'm lazy.
What's up, Fish?
There are 743 perfect brackets left.
Wow.
That's cute.
That's from ESPN.
Yeah, mine was
I want to
bombed.
meet the 743 people that call. I mean, it's unbelievable how good some people are.
Whoever picked St.
And that's
Peter's,
out of 17 million.
No,
You guys
you know
wanna
what?
hear-
Because it's probably the stupid idiots that hit the random selection. You know what? I said too much already. There's so much draft.
You want to know the
cocaine
truth,
happening
though,
in
about
show.
brackets? The best bracket I've ever done in my life, like the highest score in my life, was when I was in middle school.
Jesus, that tells you a
I've
lot.
never had a better bracket since when Florida won the national championship.
And you've only gotten more
With
knowledgeable.
And I've gotten more knowledgeable. I've grown up. I understand college basketball more and more now. And I've never been more wrong in my life. Holy hell. Freaking 9-year-old, 10, 11-year-old me out there shooting freaking bangers in middle school filling out brackets.
Yeah.
28 years old, full-time job. Yeah, fuck it. Get everything wrong. Fuck the brackets. Fuck you, Iowa and Kentucky. Sorry, Fish. God damn it.
Speaking of FU, we kind of brings us to the next topic with Michigan beating Colorado State, which I know everyone in this room kind of had Michigan losing, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did lose. But again, no Davante Jones, their senior point guard, and one of, if not their best perimeter defender. I thought Michigan came out and played, not only with composure, but they didn't look too overwhelmed for the moment. So honestly, will they lose to Tennessee? Probably. Yes. But I got to give them credit because that first game of the tournament is probably the most stressful one. Ask Kentucky. Ask Gonzaga for a lot of that game. I mean, it's stressful. And I thought Michigan, they kept their composure, and they kind of rallied behind not having Davante Jones and still going out and competing. So congrats to Michigan. You beat, you got past Colorado State, a team that a lot of people weren't expecting you to beat. But now you got to face Tennessee. And
Who, by the way, was snubbed.
They are not no joke. And Fish, we were talking about Tennessee before the show.
They ain't no joke.
Don't sleep on them. So, I honestly, good for Michigan, but now they're going against 3-seed Tennessee, and I think that's ultimately where they
I'm doing the show today on the bottom line. I'm filling in for Braylon.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to deal with Michigan men today.
Yeah, you do. Good luck.
And that's why, look, I'm an honest man. When I'm wrong, I will admit it, and I will apologize for it. So, Michigan fans, I do apologize. I underestimated your basketball team, even though they gave me nothing to be confident about. But you were down 15 in that game.
Yep.
And yes, you won the game. And yes, you won by 12. Hell yeah. That was actually one of their better halves of the entire season for Michigan basketball. And they picked the right time to do it.
Yeah.
In the tournament game. Having said that, look, I mean, if you're a Michigan fan and you have them going pretty far in the tournament, look, your fandom, I can respect that. I don't think anybody had them going further than Tennessee unless you're a diehard Michigan fan and you're riding them all the way. But look, man, to their credit, Juwan Howard, after the whole slap incident, first game back, first round knockout in the Big Ten tournament, to win that game, honestly, I have to give him a ton of credit.
Yeah, no doubt.
That is a valuable win for him. That is all right, good. The season wasn't disastrous. And what I tell you guys yesterday, there would be no better story this morning than Michigan losing. Why? The conversations we'd be having about Juwan Howard, the future of the program. First game back, Big Ten exit. First tournament game, first round exit. That would have been really bad.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been really bad. But here we are. Good for them. Seriously, I have to give them credit.
And it's always the toughest game to play, that first game in the tournament. And, I mean, they took care of business. I was worried about them. I mean, I picked them to win, but was I confident? No, not at all. But watching the game, got to give them credit. I don't know if Davante Jones will be back for the Tennessee game, but regardless, man, like Tennessee is a different animal. They have guys on the perimeter that can guard, the Caleb Houstons of the world. If Davante Jones comes back, they have the size for Hunter Dickinson. I think that's going to be the most interesting matchup. But got to give Juwan a little bit of credit here. Like you said, as much pressure as he came into the tournament with, look around, man. Like Kentucky is out. Like it's no joke, and they took care of business against a very good Colorado State team. So got to give credit where it's due. But again, take it with a grain of salt at the same time. Like they're most likely going to lose, but again, you never know. It's a tournament.
My question after yesterday, and this doesn't really just apply to Michigan, but all of the entire tournament, really. Do we have better days than that opening Thursday in college basketball?
I think it's the greatest of
Friday.
That tournament day. How many days around
Friday?
the whole year are better than that moment? Right? You have the Super Bowl. You have opening day in baseball. You have some historical. Maddie's birthday.
What about Friday? You have today.
Friday Eve.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, Fish, is that is the first go-round, right? Everybody has a perfect bracket going into Thursday.
Yep.
And then there's people like me who get fisted in the butt immediately to start the day. And your whole day, you start on this high. And then as every minute goes by on a Thursday, you're just slowly declining into the point where you kind of just want to look at your bracket and say, you know what? How did I come up with this? How? What did I do in my life? Where did I go wrong here? It's like, having a one-night stand with who you thought was a girl. You wake up and it ends up being a dude.
Well, hold up.
That's what my bracket. That's what my bracket felt like.
Is this like a personal experience or what?
You guys want to hear a really effed up story?
Boy.
Wait, hold up. Are you hold up.
I don't.
You do want to hear it. It's not that bad, though.
Okay.
It's not that bad. I'm being dramatic right now.
Okay, all right.
But
Just
true
making
story,
sure.
spring break, high school spring break.
Is this another fetish Friday?
Me and the boys,
Thank
headed
God.
down to the beach,
Break stories.
feeling good. Had a few drinks in. We're getting ready.
Hopefully it was
And Maddie,
vodka.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't hold anything back.
He
all right?
couldn't tell she was a man.
No,
I'm telling you. Walking from the hotel to the beach, right? And at the stop sign / the intersection, the crosswalk, there was this probably one of the better bodies on a girl you'll ever see while you're down in Florida for spring break. So, we're all like, oh, God, kids, we're 17, 18. Oh, my God, holy hell. Who's going to walk up to her? Who's going to talk to her? And the closer and closer we get, the more realization started to kick in that that's not a girl. That's actually a dude in a bikini. And that was pretty traumatizing, that trip. So we were all hyped on this girl. And the closer and closer we got to the crosswalk, It's actually a dude, and we all question ourselves after that day.
How did it make you? How did it make you feel?
I felt it took me a few days to get over it.
How did it make you feel?
Yeah, it took me a few days to get over it, Dr. Phil. I still struggle with it sometimes. Every now and then it comes up in my head, and I struggle.
I can just imagine now, like you're married, but before this, like just looking at a girl, just having like a little bit of that PTSD, knowing.
Come on, like
not knowing if it's a man or a woman.
That has had to have happened to one of you in the chat. I can't be the only one.
I mean, hey, we'll see it in the chat. I think.
The second I saw her throat, I kind of figured it out.
What?
Well, his throat, I should say.
Nice little, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you start to question every girl that's down there. You have to is it real? You're just never sure. Yeah, it was horrible, horrible experience.
It's a sticky situation.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Oh my god.
So you guys get a little introduction to my spring break back in high school.
Oh, I love this. Oh my god. I don't even know where we are now.
Right. I'm like,
that's why I love these stories.
I don't know where to go from here.
We went from cocaine to Michigan basketball to me thinking a chick was a dude was a chick. It's a pretty eventful show this morning.
I know.
I love it. What a way to start the Friday.
That has never happened to any of you, by the way. Seriously,
I'm curious.
There's no way. There's no way. Maddie, do you have any spring break stories?
No.
Are you serious? Come on. Miss, I don't even remember where I went yesterday.
Hey, my dad's listening. Don't say that.
Oh, okay. I forgot you went to church during spring break. Excuse me. This is a judgment-free studio. I'm not going to judge you. Listen, if you're into some weird shit, I get it. If you're into some weird shit, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I honestly don't have any crazy spring break stories that I can remember anyway.
That you can remember. Yeah, I know. That's the caveat.
No,
Can't remember.
More crazy things happen to me on a random Wednesday night than anything else. So, I don't know. I am who I am. A spicy disaster.
I think it's bound to happen.
So you know what? Since we're on the subject of a dude as a chick,
okay, hold up.
There is another. There is a swimmer right now that is crushing D1 women athletes.
Dominating.
Who does identify as a woman, and to be fair to him/her, she/him has identified and checked off all the NCAA requirements of how to become or qualify as a transgender. So, it's technically fair, but it's also technically not fair.
Oh, it's not fair at all.
I mean, this person is just a freak athlete compared to the competition, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel because I'm not a girl, and I don't know what it's like to be a girl. I don't know what it's like to perform in women's athletes. All I remember is even in high school, when we would play football, basketball, or even baseball, you go up against a better team with better athletes, you're like, holy hell.
Yeah.
I thought I was good. Jesus, these guys are insane. And imagine that feeling.
But genetically.
100 times different.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing for me.
And I feel like it's also a feeling that
I don't know how I feel about it. The chick, it is a she now. She's wrapping up all of the titles across D1.
But isn't that
she's only 10 seconds off Katie Ledecky, an Olympic swimmer's world record. You tell me.
That's just genetically that doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry, maybe I'm too wrong for that, but I'm a big UFC fan, and I remember Fallen Fox.
I don't think it's fair.
But a Fallen Fox is a man who transitioned to a woman.
Yeah, and he almost killed women.
Beat a lot of women, but he also got his ass beat by a woman. But still, it doesn't take away with the count what he did. I mean, that's any record like that, and you saw it in Texas where there was a female that turned into a male that wanted to wrestle, and the wrestler he was going up against didn't want to wrestle him and ended up losing for it. But that's crazy, man. I mean, imagine that, almost breaking an Olympic record. I don't know, man.
I find it difficult, Maddie. I don't know how you feel about it, but
it's tough.
If I'm in a sport, and we can leave gender out of it, if we have such a difference, and you have a more competitive edge over me, and we're just two different people, but you're not swimming with, your genetic base. Well, how fair? I don't think that's fair, is it?
I don't think it's fair either. It's
What about all the girls that spend all their lives trying to become D1 swimmers?
Yeah.
And then Leah Thomas shows the hell up. Well, dude comes from comes from a background of all swimmers. Her brothers owned records and records and records of swimming. He, who is now a she, has been swimming the entirety of his life. Her life. Fuck these pronouns, man.
It's not easy.
It's messing me up. But anyways, all their lives, they work towards doing this sport that they love.
Right.
And then someone who with a genetic advantage, fair or not, there we go.
I don't think it's fair. Wow, jeez, I got a frog.
Imagine a D1 college basketball player from the men's division winning to the women's. How fair would that? That's not fair. We're just built different. That's different isn't a bad thing.
Hey, this is an interesting. This is before I'm gonna get Maddie's opinion on this because Joy apparently said this in the past. If that person is taking meds to suppress their testosterone, then it should be okay. But otherwise,
testosterone isn't the only difference between men and women.
There you go.
Bone structure.
There you go.
Quite literally, they're built differently.
Right.
Like the way you build muscles and the way that you build, like your body is formed, is just different. And that's the biggest difference for me, is because it's like, okay, well, I can do I could have the same workout regimen and the same whatever as a guy, and our bodies will not form the same way because it's different. Like our genetics are different. So I don't know. I don't think it's fair. I think that it's one of those tough things, but I don't think it's fair. It's just not like you're not built the same.
And why is it more so men doing it in female sports? Like you don't see.
Because females will never compete in a man's world.
I mean, it's
not necessarily. I mean, look, I think
it's different.
If you look at the extreme ends of things, I think the best high school runner on the female side could compete with the median to above average to even the best men.
Yes,
right.
but she will never.
But that's the extreme. That's not the majority.
Exactly.
So it's tough because women do have exceptional athletes.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't mean you can go get an exceptional man and then throw him into the women's circuit. That's sad. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why they're split, not because we shouldn't be able to play with each other or against each other. It's not a thing. It doesn't make sense. This isn't women can't play with men. No, it's not a thing. And men can't play with. That's not a thing. Nobody. Yeah. If you think like that, you're ignorant. But they're separated for a reason. Like there's co-ed stuff. If you want to do co-ed leagues, be my guest.
Wonderful. I love that for you.
But when we're talking at the extreme end, the highest competing athletes in the world, that is a huge advantage.
Right. And especially like a sport like swimming, where it is so physical and it is so much about your body, like composure, if you will. Like that's a tough one. Like if you're looking at basketball, like okay, like sure.
If I recall, you know what I mean? Like if I recall from the story correctly, now she competed with the men last year and said it was awkward and talked through her/his whole story. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think that's fair to the women competing. My opinion, but whatever. My opinion doesn't matter some days. Most days, really. Allen Robinson signs with the Rams.
What a transition.
Are they the clear Super Bowl favorites? Yeah, sorry. I don't want to talk too much about it. Honestly, my head hurts thinking about that whole mess.
Speaking of transitions.
Allen Robinson, Mads, whatever your name is, I expect to hear from you if you unblock me. Allen Robinson signs with the Rams. Clear Super Bowl favorites this season. Maybe. Are they the clear favorites, or at least in the NFC? We'll get to that. Robert Woods to the Lions. Have to touch on that again as well. But before we do, Maddie, what do we got?
Well, Planet Fitness.
All right, it's a judgment-free zone. Look, I haven't said anything irrational today, right? I think I've kept my composure. I haven't said anything out of line.
Not too many F-bombs.
I've been fair. And there's no more fair place to work out than Planet Fitness. $0 down, $10 a month. Your fitness is essential. Get it started today at planetfitness.com or visit one of their Metro Detroit locations. This is the Woodward Sports Studio brought to you by Planet Fitness. Check them out. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Guys, we'll see you right after the break.
What do you get when you mix fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken with our savory signature sauces? The best damn wings you've ever had. Wing Snob Traditional Wings. Try our Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. And we toss them to perfection. When your wings are this good, it's easy to be a snob. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports is here to change the game. On March 21st at 9 a.m., we have a big announcement. The Morning Woodward Show will never be the same.
All right. Well, I still need to go get a tan. I'm part of the Chili Peppers Club. You should be too. Chili Peppers Tanning, it's where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless, sanitized rooms and trained, certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They're going to beat your competitors' pricing by $5. And don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty lotions. Chili Peppers Tanning, they've got the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans. Guys, we got to talk about Sadiq Bey. What a game he had last night.
My goodness. Wow. What I saw last night was a grace for me as a Pistons fan. I sat here yesterday and talked about I could care less if they won or lost that game last night. And what happened? Marvin Bagley coming out playing very great. I mean, 20 points. 11 rebounds, I'll take it. From a guy who the Kings gave up on and who Troy Weaver gave a chance, especially has been starting lately, started this game with Isaiah Stewart. Love to see that dynamic. Hit 2 threes. And I know they were giving Marvin Bagley the 3 ball every time he had it, and he was taking it. But Saddiq Bey, we got to address the elephant in the room. Saddiq Trey. This guy came out and right away, 22 points in the first quarter, started off hot. And my favorite part about this whole game is Dwayne Casey not taking him out. I loved it. Left him in the game. Tied Joe Dumars for the most three-pointers in a single game with 10. Had the highest plus-minus on the team, or one of the highest plus-minuses. And this is what I want to see. Saddiq Bey gets a career high and gets to show us what he can do without Cade, without other scorers on the team that were missing. It was really the Saddiq show. And then you had Marvin Bagley, but this is what I love to see. Saddiq Bey come in, take advantage of the moment. I know they're both bad teams. It was kind of the pity game. You had 2 teams battling for a top 3 pick, but again, this is where you get to see guys show things. This is what I wanted. Towards the end of the season, let me see flashes. Let me see something. And Saddiq comes out and drops a 50-piece nugget. Like, I got no problem with it. And I loved it, honestly. Like, this is what I know Saddiq to be. He was shooting from all 3 levels. He was making plays off the drive and one. He hit a really tough mid-range shots. Like, absolutely. It looked like Kobe-esque mid-range shots that he was hitting, tough, hand in the face. And then he was just pulling up for 3. He had the part in the game, everybody saw it, where he hit a layup, stole the ball, shot a 3, swished it. Like, nobody could stop Saddiq Bey last night. He was on fire. He looked like NBA Jam. It was like the emoji behind him. On fire! That was Saddiq Bey out there just splashing. So, as a Pistons fan, it was delightful to see that. To see a breakout game from Saddiq Bey, someone who we've always known has had it in him, but just hasn't been as aggressive as he was last night. I mean, he went to a whole nother level. 10 free throw attempts, shot 14 total threes. I'll take it. And he's been through some games over the season where he struggled, and he was about due for a game like this. So shout out to Saddiq Bey, man. Saddiq Trey. That is what I'm going to start calling him. Saddiq mother effing Trey. I think you can't complain what you saw last night. You can't. It was great.
Unbelievable. I mean, it was the first time. Career performance. Maddie's just laughing over here. We got music jamming. Totally distracting. Like, who is that? Miley Cyrus?
I don't care. It's terrible.
It is terrible. Whatever. Anyway, Saddiq Bey was not terrible. He was amazing. So happy for him, Jeff. I mean, I've always used the Klay Thompson comparison, and that doesn't mean that's who he is. But if that's what you can get, 80%, 70% of what Klay was in his prime, that's a hell of a pick at 19.
19.
And you saw his game yesterday finally evolve to the point where, yes, amazing shooting performance. A guy that can knock down Absolutely. A guy that can knock down threes at that rate, that consistently. That was what you want to see. You wanted to see Sadiq Bey get hot and not stop. And that was the first time you've really seen him do it in his whole career. Career high in points, career high in threes. Just a great night for Sadiq Bey. What does it mean for the Pistons now? They have the third worst record in the league.
Yep.
All right. Are you worrying about the pick with these kind of wins, or is that just not even in your thought process? You just want to see them play good basketball?
I'm not worried about the pick at all. If I get to see performances like this, the Pistons scored a season high 134. Like, I can't complain. It was a great showing from a team that was lacking their floor general, if you will. Both of their floor generals. I mean, that's underrated. Killian Hayes left after 11 minutes. So not only was Killian Hayes out, you didn't have Hamidou Diallo last night. You didn't have Cade Cunningham. So that's 3 guys that can handle the ball. It was the Sadiq show, and he came out, and it was guns a-blazing. So I got no problem with it. If you got to win a game like this, and Sadiq drops 50, I'll take it. I'm good with it. That's technically your third scorer, arguably, in the next year. You're expecting Sadiq to be kind of in that role. If a guy that's probably not going to be your 1 or 2 in the next year is scoring 50, that's a positive outlook for any team. It really is. So I'm good with it. I mean, the season's already kind of settled. You're 19-51. Like, you're not going to, all of a sudden win out and win yourself out of a top 3 pick. It is the lottery. You're going to have odds. So it doesn't matter. It isn't like the NFL where the worst teams get the picks. Like, it's not like that. There's still a lottery process. So nothing's guaranteed. And since nothing's guaranteed, go out and show me something. And Sadiq did just that. So with the lack of ball handlers, Dwayne Casey, I thought, the whole team just played well. They scored 30 points in the first 3 quarters. They scored 37 in the first, 36 in the second, 33 in the third. And I know Orlando's a terrible defensive team, but, I mean, offensively, this team has been lacking. And they looked better without Cade and Killian and without Hamidou Diallo. Don't go too far. I'm not saying they're a better team without Cade. Don't go that far. But it was impressive to see them play so well without Cade. So, no, Adam, I'm not worried about it.
I don't like that.
I know people are going to be like, what? They're a better team without Cade?
No. Who else was not playing last night?
Well, Diallo. They didn't have Killian.
Who else? They had Killian last night.
Well, for 11 minutes. He got injured.
Who else? Who was not playing?
Jerami Grant.
Speaking of Jerami Grant, you know who's joining the bottom?
I was just going to tell you
Do you
that.
know who's joining Big D Energy today
I saw
at 11
that.
a.m. sharp?
Who?
Jerami Grant.
Jerami Grant.
No way.
Jerami Grant will be on Big D Energy.
Does that
with
mean
Neil
you're
Wolf.
making an appearance on the show?
Yes, he will. Yes.
No,
I'm
you.
not going to work
Oh,
again.
Are you going to go in
No.
that third chair and ask a question?
It's not my
Oh,
show,
okay.
Fish. It's
All right.
their show. They booked a guest. They have the 10-15 minutes with him. Jerami Grant. Going to be making his first appearance on the Woodward Sports
I didn't know if
Network.
you were
I'm
gonna
actually
hide
excited.
Did you go through the metal detector on the way in?
I'm not going to kill him. Don't be dramatic. Listen, Jerami Grant, the human.
Me? You just told me not to be dramatic. Are you serious?
He's
I can
probably on
separate
mute.
the human and the basketball player. When he's here, it's all good, like no problems. But when he's on the basketball court, if he doesn't play good, I'm gonna talk my shit.
Is he in person or?
He's a great person. He does so much charity work, by the way, in Detroit.
Let's talk about the interview. Is he in person or on?
I believe so. Yeah.
Who?
Jerami Grant.
What show's getting him?
Big D Energy.
Are you not
Today?
listening, Jeff? Oh, boy.
Jeff, where have you been the last 2
Yeah,
minutes?
are you not
bro?
listening?
You okay?
Relax,
The
all right,
past
buddy?
3 minutes we've been talking about it.
All right. No, but I was. No, I'm joking. No, Jerami Grant, though. Can I say this about Jerami?
What show?
I gotta throw something out about Jerami real quick because I get it. Jerami wasn't there last night, but have you ever thought of Jerami as like a game changer? Like he is a bonus.
No, he's
to any
a
team.
good number 3.
Like if he's missing from a game, no one's thinking to themselves.
Clip it. I don't give. He's a good number 3. It's an insult.
It's kind of it's the truth though.
It is the truth. The truth
Hey,
hurts.
you got
that's
no
like
lies
the closest.
detected.
That's like the closest to a compliment you've ever given that guy.
Jerami's a great guy. I just listen. Last night didn't have much of an effect, so it is what it is.
Jeff is still hungover from last weekend.
Get off my back, guys. All right, get off my back.
Listen, I couldn't work here if we had metal detectors, so let's just not even start that. Adam, you're the most dramatic person I have ever seen.
Yup.
Yeah, I figured.
Yup.
That is fair. Oh my god.
I love working here. I'm no longer the most dramatic person.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty dramatic. Look. At least I am self-aware enough to admit, like, I have some problems. I get it.
I got problems. We
Look,
all
I
do.
know I have problems. I talk about killing people all the
Yeah,
time.
which
I
I
talk
don't know
about how
why.
I should be the dictator
Yeah.
of the first dictator in the United States and its history. I talk a lot of shit. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm not going to apologize for any of it. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourselves.
You better give Sam a hug. You better give him lunch.
I know. I feel so bad for Sam Reynolds today. Poor kid.
He's putting in the work today.
Sam Reynolds, I know you're listening because you're editing all this. I am so sorry, by the way. I did not intend to come on today's show and swear the way I have.
Yes, you did.
I am just feeling a certain kind of... You can blame Kentucky and Iowa.
No.
That is the reason for all my frustration this morning. And that jackass leaf blower guy
You
from
already
yesterday.
killed him, so it's fine. And... No, you definitely for sure came on this show ready to do this. It's Friday.
I really did it.
It's Friday.
But
we all knew it was going to happen.
Jack says, Maddie, Adam needs therapy. I think I do need therapy.
I mean, I think we all do, but it's going to be okay.
You know what? I'm going to try to get Dr. Phil on this show. I need a therapist. I swear to God I do. There's some things that go through my head.
I'm a therapist.
How are you gonna get Dr. Phil on the show?
I don't know. I'm going to DM
You ask him?
Okay.
I'm going to tell him, catch me outside. See if he pays attention. I don't know.
Catch me outside. How
I
about
can't believe that was the whole thing.
Do you imagine how many DMs Dr. Phil gets? He probably gets one a second.
I'll send him a picture of my dick and get his attention.
Thanks for swearing in, Adam. Really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Keep 'em coming.
I don't think I'm surviving the weekend here at the Woodward Sports Network, guys. It's a pleasure. Hashtag draft the cocaine. I'm glad everyone still remembers. Oh God.
That's going to be the hashtag on all of my tweets from now on.
I think that's the goal. That's the goal. I had on the dictator of Colombia in a military uniform with 50 medals and a tower of cocaine. You're absolutely right.
The best part is the person called One Life, One Chance is the one that tweeted hashtag
Listen, you only have one life to live. I'm not going to tell you what to do with it.
Everyone's just going to see draft the cocaine on Twitter and be like, what the hell? Where
Listen, that's going to be trending by the time draft night comes around.
Draft the cocaine.
Draft the cocaine. That should be every GM's focus for the foreseeable future.
I'm in love with the go-go.
Hell yeah. Oh, God.
Wait, Adam Gray, love the show, guys, listening from Perth, Western Australia.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God.
Go
so
Eagles.
are you relatives with Fish?
Shout out to Australia. That is awesome. Adam, we'll need therapy to go to Smash Room and find out some of that
Yeah, look, I don't think a Smash Room is good for my mental health, honestly.
We should go to like one of those like rooms that you destroy shit.
Why?
That'd be so fun.
I don't know. I like going hunting. I like going golfing.
You hunt?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you mean? You've been working with me.
Hunt.
Yeah,
I never knew you.
He doesn't hunt. He shoots guns.
He's
he
pulling up some
misses.
pictures. Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Matt, taking shots.
All right, you bitches. You want to play this
I
game
do
with
take
me?
shots.
Can I-
Not that kind though.
Can I tell these people what you do?
What, Fish?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, Fish.
Involving your basement?
No.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry,
That's why I stopped myself.
It's a long story, guys.
What's going on in the basement?
It's a long
That's
story.
why I stopped myself.
It's a long story.
Fish, do you?
It's a pre-COVID story. It's a pre-COVID story.
He goes.
Used to
Can I say what's going on in your basement? No.
Right?
It's a long story.
I could have said food.
Fish, do you live there?
I do not live there.
Do you need help?
I
Do you
do
need
not
to get
live
out?
there.
Fish, blink twice if you need help.
Shut the hell up, guys.
I'm not blinking at all.
You guys are so dramatic. Holy hell.
I love it. I love
You
you,
guys
Adam.
call me dramatic.
I know. I love messing
my
with you.
God.
Oh,
Jesus
my God.
Christ.
What are you doing right now? You're trying to find a picture to prove
I'm trying to
this?
find a video.
He's trying to find proof that he
I'm
actually
trying to
killed
find videos
something
for you
and
guys.
he hasn't killed
Listen, I
anything,
go
so-
pheasant hunting. I go hunting all across the freaking state, man. Hunting
you
is
know
like
what?
my new love. I picked
Maybe,
it up.
like,
I picked it up like 3-4 years ago.
But I think we should go to one of those destroy rooms. I think it could be fun.
I don't think a destroy room is really good for here.
I used to when I was
Why
younger.
don't you send it to Alex, dingbat?
That's my first ever bird I got.
Yeah,
3
who
years.
shot that for you?
Well,
Wow,
4
that's
years
cool.
ago.
Who shot that for you?
I did, you jackass. What an asshole. I never knew my co-host is an asshole. You know what?
You're
Fish,
just
turn off.
learning this now.
What an asshole you are. Jesus
welcome.
Christ. Let's take a break. When we get back, Maddie's an asshole.
Yeah.
But before we go, Fulling.
Yeah, well, what a transition. Well, Fulling, guys.
Happy Friday.
It is the place to go. Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck, home of the original football bowling pin game called Fulling. You can host your corporate party, team building event, or you could just come in with your family and friends. 2 ways to play. $10 unlimited open play. You could stay the whole time they are open, or you can get a private lane reservation for $120 for up to 10 people. for 2 hours. They have over 100 different beers. They have their $2 mystery beer machine, and they have multiple full bars. You bring the food, or you can have it delivered in. Come get your full on. Check it out at FollingWarehouse.com.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Think you're a big shot?
Oh, excuse me, it goes down!
Think you can make the big shot?
Washington fires and hits!
Woodward Sports wants to send you to the finals for college basketball April 2nd through the 4th in New Orleans. That's right, you and a friend in the Big Easy. We'll take care of the airfare, hotel, and tickets to see the finals for college basketball. Listen Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy. And the bottom line for your chance to qualify. If you can make the big shot, you and a friend are getting out of the cold and to New Orleans.
Got it!
Keep listening and watching for your next chance to win. Powered by Planet Fitness, Syntron, and the Sports Marketing Agency.
And it's over! Anything can happen in March!
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the morning. Okay, I'm going to try that again. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured, shut up. Anyways, I don't care. You go ahead.
You're the boss.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, we're also featured on the Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2.
All right, back to some normalcy. Maybe.
I'm trying.
We'll try.
He laughed at me.
What should, and Jeff, you can answer this question first, because I think I've had a mouthful to say about this over the last few days. What should now the Cleveland Browns do with Baker Mayfield? He put in his trade request. They reportedly have denied it. I'm not sure what the hell's going on with Fish. Jeff, what do the Browns... This is a shit show. What do the Browns do?
Well, the Browns right now, and this is terrible for both sides. It's sad that we've even gotten to this point, to be honest, with Baker. And I get it. You could say whatever you want about Baker. We've crapped on Baker as well. But the reality is the Browns don't have any other option at quarterback, and they understand that. But they still publicly shopped Baker for Deshaun. And when we all knew Deshaun wasn't going to Cleveland, at least I knew that. I don't think that's a destination Deshaun at least is favorable of. And as soon as Deshaun told him they're out of the race, oh, Baker, wait, no, you are our franchise quarterback. Come back. But again, no quarterback rarely ever goes into his fifth-year option without a deal done. And I get it. Say what you want about Baker Mayfield, but the quarterback position is scarce in the NFL. You got to find guys and say what you want about them, but they won a playoff game last year. So with Baker Mayfield, they're in a tough situation. Do they try and trade for Jimmy Garoppolo? You have to trade Baker. I mean, I don't care what they came out and said. We're not going to trade Baker. A unhappy, at least franchise player like that, it never works out well when you force him to play. The relationship's already tarnished. He came out with a goodbye before he was even being shopped, or right around the time he was being shopped. So he said his goodbye to Cleveland. And, you know, as much as Cleveland maybe wants to run away from the fact that they're going to have to trade him, it's the reality of it. Now, are the Colts going to make a deal for him? You know, there's a lot of teams. Will the Seahawks try and make a deal for him? I don't know. But again, you have to pay him. And that's the problem. And I don't think anybody really is in that market right now for Baker. So it's tough to trade a guy that doesn't really have a market, but he is unhappy with his current destination. So it's a crap show in Cleveland, and I love it. I could not be even more happy, honestly, because they've done it to themselves. Like, they knew that Baker was going into the last year of his deal. So you're going to shop him around and then expect him to start without any guarantee in the next year. It's a tough ask. And honestly, it doesn't even matter, again, what you think about Baker. It's just not a popular thing when a team tries to shop your quarterback and then tries to say, well, and think about it. Andrew Berry, the GM of the Browns, he's a big quarterback guy. He understands how important that position is in the NFL. So I get it. You're trying to upgrade at the quarterback position. But here are the consequences. You're going to piss a lot of people off doing it, and then that's the problem. So he pissed off his franchise quarterback, and now Baker wants out. So I can't blame Baker. But again, can't blame the Browns either, because I get why they want to get rid of Baker. They want an adult at quarterback. These are their words. and now they're kind of walking back their statements. So it's kind of embarrassing on the Browns' part. But again, I don't have a problem with them not wanting Baker. I just have a problem about how they went about it. Just very kind of immature in my opinion. But it is what it is, Adam, at this point. It's a sloppy situation.
Yeah, it's a mess. You know what? There's only one team in the NFL that could have pulled this off. Where 2 years ago they were a young, up-and-coming project.
Yeah.
Everybody was feeling good about them. Young, innovative, and offensive-minded coach. And now they're in the gutter. The Cleveland Browns. Unbelievable. Well done, Cleveland. Well done. Look, they're going to deny Baker's trade request, but they're shopping him. You're damn right they're shopping him. And you know what? If I'm the Browns, I'm trading him to Houston. Houston are trading Deshaun Watson. That is happening. He's going to Atlanta or New Orleans. That is happening. Houston, I'm on the phone. All right. You're going to pay us to take Baker Mayfield off of your hands. Now, am I willing to give up a third, a few thirds, maybe a second and a fourth for Baker Mayfield if I'm Houston? Not really. Like, you're going to have to fork up because I'm the one eating that cap, even though it's only for 1 year. But again, what's the incentive for the Browns? They're going to want draft capital because they're going to try to position themselves for a Jimmy Garoppolo. That is the quarterback on the market that I think makes the most sense for the Cleveland Browns. You want an adult? Go get Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, is he banging porn stars? Yes, he is. But he's no Baker Mayfield, at least. It's a definite upgrade.
Yeah, you get no issues with him.
You get no off-the-field issues with him. You get no on-the-field issues with him, really. He's a mature quarterback. He's going to get you as far as he can take you in terms of his ability. It's on you and your team, which I think a lot of people believe in the Browns roster, to go to that next step, which is maybe getting to a Super Bowl, AFC title game, who knows. But Baker Mayfield's done in this league.
Yeah.
He was always done. The number one overall pick for an undersized, cocky, run away from the cops, stubborn, douchebag player? No, not interested. Not the quarterback for my franchise. Not interested at all. So if I'm Cleveland, I'm doing whatever the hell it takes to get him out of town, and I'm doing whatever the hell it takes to bring Jimmy Garoppolo into town. That is the move for Cleveland. That is the move that will make them relevant in a division that is only getting stronger and stronger.
And I think the biggest part of that, and I love that actually, getting Jimmy G on the Browns is it gives them clarity at the quarterback position. You have a guy that's a bridge quarterback. Jimmy G's great, but now you can go out and eventually find your guy. Clearly, Baker is not their guy. I mean, they made it clear as day to everybody. So instead of trying to keep a Baker Mayfield and try to extend him or letting him walk after this year, go get a veteran. Go get Jimmy G. Overpay for Jimmy G. Go get a guy like that so you kind of have the position secure. Because what are you going to do, start Case Keenum? He looked worse than Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield was injured. So I'm good. You're going to have to go get a guy like Jimmy G and kind of can place hold that position until you find one in the draft. I think it's the best situation for him. Got to go out and get Jimmy G.
Yeah, Baker reminds me a lot of Johnny Manziel, except he was more equipped to be in the pros immediately, where Johnny Manziel kind of just fell off right away. And with Baker now, the wheels are falling off.
Yeah.
If I'm a GM, I don't want him. If I'm Houston, I'm willing to take him for a year and just let him rot in hell and get the hell away from my football team. We're in a clear rebuild. Nobody wants Baker Mayfield to be their starting quarterback. Any GM in the NFL that sits there with a straight face and tells you, I'll take Baker Mayfield and he can be the future of my franchise, is lying to you. That is just not the case. Cleveland are going to have a hard time dealing him, but they're going to have to give up more than what they'd like to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth, and they're going to have to give up a lot to get a Jimmy Garoppolo or an adult in that room.
Because anybody that gets him has to extend him. He's going into 1 year left on his fifth year, so it's tough.
And there's no problem with extending Jimmy G for 2-3 years.
Right.
But you're not extending Baker Mayfield at all. What an awful situation for Cleveland. But hey, they had it coming. Nobody likes the city of Cleveland. A bunch of idiots. A bunch of losers. Nobody likes Cleveland, right, Fish?
I mean, I do, but
know.
that's because I have
why I asked
family
you.
there. Yeah. OH.
I know.
That's
I
it.
was supposed to say IO.
Just
I'm not
okay,
saying
cool.
that ever.
Okay.
It's just
I will
the O.
never finish that chant for you, ever.
That's fine.
Sorry, buddy.
Have you guys been to Cleveland?
Yeah, it's a crap hole.
Okay.
It sucks.
Okay, it's no different to Detroit, but whatever.
There's a huge difference between
not
Cleveland
really.
and Detroit. Detroit is one of the most historic cities in the history of the United States.
Okay, in terms
this
of that,
country
it
was
is.
founded and built on the back of
Motor
Detroit
City, yep, I
in the
agree with
early
that.
1900s.
Yeah. But now they're like neck and neck. They're basically the
No,
same.
now it's just Cleveland has a bunch of money injected into it. Nobody cares about it still. And the only reason why it was relevant for maybe 3 to 5 years was when LeBron came back. And then people came back to not giving a hell.
What about Detroit, though? What about Detroit?
Nobody cares about Cleveland.
What big stars in Detroit?
It's not about big stars in Detroit, Fish. Detroit on its own is its own city. It has its own history. It's not solely reliant on sports only. And Detroit is one of the best sports towns in the history of America. And it's not even close. It's top 3 minimum. It's up there with the Bostons. It's up there with even if you want to put New York into the conversation. Fine. It's up there. It's in the top 3. Detroit has one of, if not the greatest sports histories across all of sports. Yeah. The Red Wings, Original Six. Bad Boy Pistons. The Tigers have always been relevant on and off, on and off, on and off. They've always fielded good teams. We don't need to talk about the Lions. We just ignore them for now. But you get my point. Even with that low franchise playing in the NFL, the other 3 teams have damn well made up for it. So, sorry, Fish. Cleveland and... No, just no. Ohio has what? Ohio State? Congratulations.
Ohio State.
Don't you dare.
I mean, the Browns...
Are you an Ohio State fan?
No.
Oh, don't ever say that shit.
The Browns, they have, like, one of the biggest fan bases in the country.
Hold on, Fish.
That's pure facts. I
Not
don't know
in the
if you
country,
guys...
in Ohio. They have one of the biggest fan bases in
the
Ohio.
country.
Fish, what do you think would happen if
research
Detroit
for
won a
you.
Super Bowl, dude? I don't think we can even get downtown. It would be like everybody in the state of Michigan would all gather into one area because of the excitement. And I know it would be similar in Cleveland, but
Yeah,
again,
Look, if I was a dictator, I would eliminate Cleveland.
you can't pull the passionate fan base like Lions fan base does not. I know there's as much as disappointment they've had. Cleveland's had disappointment too. So.
Why do you think they had a documentary on Cleveland?
Because no one knows about Cleveland. You got to figure it out. I got to watch a documentary to figure out what the hell's going on in Cleveland. So I'm glad they made a documentary. Enlighten me, please, because I got no idea.
Motown music, Michael Jackson,
Yes.
Yeah.
Eminem.
Yeah.
What has Cleveland given us?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It shouldn't even be there. It wasn't even originated in Cleveland.
And they got the Football Hall of Fame down
Hall
there
of
too.
Fame.
Canton, Ohio. But still,
Canton,
I don't give a
Ohio.
damn.
They can have Canton, Ohio. That's fine.
Suck my
They
ass.
don't get to claim that they're just as big as Detroit. They're not. They'll never be Detroit, ever. Impossible.
Okay.
Impossible. They don't have the history Detroit has. But let's take a quick break. When we get back, I can't believe we're having this conversation. No trades, gun to your head. What do you do at number 2 overall if Aiden Hutchinson is selected at number 1 overall, even though I'm starting to doubt that's going to be the move for Jacksonville, but we'll get to that after the break. Maddie?
Yes, before we go, we do need to hear about our friends at the Sports Marketing Agency.
Yes, well, our friends at SMA have been leveraging pro athletes and other notables for a decade against the issues around mental health and substance use disorder. But now, with the help of NFL alumni, Sean Jordan has been able to save lives and take a stand against these issues. And that's why soon coming to Woodward Sports, the Sports Marketing Agency podcast called This is the F Word series on fentanyl. If you are struggling with substance abuse or mental health, they are here to help. Go to thesportsma.com and have them let you know your friends at Woodward Sports sent you.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Guys, what do we do if Aiden Hutchinson goes number 1?
It's a tough situation. It really is. And I know, listen, there's the Kyle Hamilton crowd. There's the Kayvon Thibodeau crowd. There's, the Trayvon Walker crowd, which I'm kind of slightly a part of as well. But then there's that little bit of Malik Willis crowd in there, somewhere in there. And whether you agree with it or not, it's a very real possibility. And now, listen, I still want an edge rusher at number 2. That's my ideology. It's always been like that. if Aiden Hutchinson goes number 1, Brett Holmes is going to have an interesting decision to make. He's going to have Trayvon Walker in front of him. He's going to have Kayvon Thibodeau in front of him. If you really are committed to taking an edge rusher, it's between those two guys. That's what I truly believe. I don't think Cal Hamilton's the play at number 2. And I still think, I mean, they re-signed David Blau, they re-signed Tim Boyle. I get it, they can still take a quarterback, but it's very unlikely now. They're probably going to take one of those guys. If I had to pick one, honestly, it's a toss-up. I maybe might lean a little to Kayvon Thibodeau because of that upside. I think Trayvon, if you draft Trayvon, he is what he is. He's going to come in and give you, 8 sacks a year, whatever it is. Kayvon has that upside. He has that potential to get 12 to 15 sacks. Now, you can question his work ethic all you want. But again, potential is potential, and it's up to the player to live up to it. And I think Kayvon, with his mentality, you can have all the question marks you can have, but him coming to the Detroit Lions, I think, would be beneficial to how he just approaches the game. Whether it's, maybe it's overrated, maybe it is overstated how he commits to football. Maybe he is way more committed than people actually are putting out into the media. But again, I know what I saw. I mean, Trayvon Walker played around a bunch of talented players, and he looked pretty damn good. But it's hard to evaluate anybody on that Georgia roster because of the talent they had. Kayvon was solo, and he had, his freshman year clearly had the 9 sacks, and ever since then he was just kind of floating around that number. But again, it's about potential, and he obviously has elite get-off speed. You saw it in the combine. I know he didn't finish the combine, but if I'm picking at number 2 and Aiden Hutchinson's off the board, I think you're looking at either of those edge rushers, and you're thinking to yourself, I'll take either one of them. I really will. That's the only position I'm willing to settle for. If Cal Hamilton gets taken number 2, as much I do like Cal Hamilton, but I'll have a problem with it. I really will. I mean, this is an edge rusher or bust draft to me, and Malik Willis, I might overreact and freak out completely because nothing against Malik Willis, but at number 2, like, holy hell, that is a reach for me. And so that's why I always settle back to the edge rusher. Take Kayvon, you take Trayvon Walker. I don't care, either one, either or. I think the Lions are going to be just fine finding 4 to 5 starters in this year's draft, and whether you take a edge rusher in that first round, end of the first round, second round, you're going to end up with a guy like this, all right? And look how he's smiling. That's going to be Brad Holmes when he takes an edge rusher right there. Just thumbs up. I'm happy with it. So, no Kyle Hamilton, no Blake Willis. Right, Adam? And I'll be good with it. I will be fine with it. You got to take an edge rusher, guys. I know people are agreeing with me as well, but if the Jags go offensive tackle, which there's a possibility they will, you pounce on Aiden Hutchinson faster than you ever have before. But that's what you got to get. Edge rusher or bust. Edge rusher or bust. Start making a chant at the effing combine.
Hashtag draft the cocaine. You want to draft the cocaine, you got to get an edge rusher.
Yes.
I'm starting to like the idea of Trayvon Walker at number 2.
I like it.
I'm starting to like the idea that this football team is going to have a good chance at getting Aiden Hutchinson, because the more I think about it, the more I do believe Doug Peterson wants to secure his offensive line. And I think they're going to go offensive tackle. Tell Adam he has something. It's a good one. White in his mustache. I need to clean my beard, by the way. I look like a caveman, to be honest. It's kind of scary. I don't know how you guys look at me every morning.
It's tough.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for you guys. I am fully aware it's hard to look at me every morning. All right, I get it. Kayvon and Brisker, if nothing is addressed in free agency. Kayvon at 2, Brisker at 32. Look, I don't mind that at all. Aiden and Brisker, Aiden and sign. Look, again, Aiden at 2 is for me where I'm going to walk away feeling confident and comfortable. Anything else, even Trayvon Walker, there's going to be a little bit of... There's a lot of risk involved with drafting anybody outside of Thibodeau and Aiden Hutchinson at number 2. Because you take one of the 2 guys, it's like, all right, those are the premier edge rushers. You take them. No mistake about it.
Right.
If they don't work, your luck is just really bad. You can't expect that. But if you reach for a Jermaine Johnson, a Trayvon Walker, well, it's risky. It's risky taking him over maybe somebody who's regarded as a better talent at the edge rusher position. It's quite interesting. It's a great draft. Really interesting. It poses a lot of problems, but Jeff, if you're Brad Holmes, give me your 1 through 3 in terms of priorities. Things you're going to make, decisions you're going to make on draft night. Things you're going to do, whether it's requesting calls or taking calls for trades, whether it's addressing certain positions. Give me the 3 things you're addressing on day 1 of draft day.
Listen, for me, positional-wise, you have to take the best player available. That's how I always view the draft, especially with Brad Holmes. Because, again, like if Aiden goes number 1 or if he doesn't, Aiden's the pick at 2. Now, ideally, I'd love him to trade back. I think everybody would mutually agree with that. Trade back. But how realistic is that? Probably not going to happen. I don't see a team trading up for a quarterback. So in terms of positional needs, and 1 through, I'll give my top 3 guys I'm good with at number 2, especially if they can't move. It's got to be Kayvon 1 if Aiden's off the board. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. You can have questions about his mentality all you want, but talent's talent, and he's got it, at least the upside. So he's one of the premier edge rushers. I'm going Kayvon number 1. Trayvon, I'll feel better about Trayvon than Jordan Davis. I'm sorry, guys. I know Jordan Davis is still in that conversation, but I need to rush the passer. You do. The Lions have been last in the league over the last couple years doing it. You got to improve that area, and I get it. You can draft edge rushers later in the round, but top 2, you can get any of your picks you want. So give me Kayvon 1, Trayvon 2, and 3. My God, I mean, I don't think there really is a 3 for me. George Karlaftis, I guess. I mean, I don't know any of the edge rushers, but
my 3
edge rusher.
Yeah, my 3 priorities on draft night. Number 1, I'm going to field every and any call I get for the number 2 and number 32 overall pick. I am going to listen. And if something makes sense for this football team in the direction I want to take it, I'm doing it. Secondly, it is hard for me to imagine selecting number 2 overall and not walking away with an edge rusher.
It's tough.
It's really tough for me. Because what would you be more happy with? Everybody in the chat, please answer this. Would you be more happy about drafting Aiden Hutchinson along with Jaquan Brisker, or Kayvon Thibodeau and Jaquan Brisker, or those same 2 players plus a Lewis Sign? Or would you feel better about Kyle Hamilton and Boye Mafe, or Cameron Thomas, or Ed Benito? Which one would you feel better about? And I think I know the answer. I think it's the first options I gave you, not the later. Maddie, you taking the safety at 2 and then going edge rusher later?
No.
Why?
Because we have to get an edge rusher.
What a fucking answer.
So first 3 picks. First 3 picks, name your positional. Like positional, first 3. Mine would be
no
edge
matter
rusher,
the player, right?
Edge rusher, safety, wide receiver. That's my first 3. I'm good
Depends
with it.
on what's available at 32.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a receiver at
That's
32 that I want, I'm taking a receiver.
Yeah.
But receiver's actually 4th on my list.
Okay.
It'll be edge, safety, linebacker, unless a receiver's there that I just can't pass on. I think that's the strategy.
Very true. If a Brian Asamoah or someone like that, very good linebacker, Christian Harris is out there, I like that too.
I just don't want to miss out on an edge with the second pick.
If your first 3 picks are defense, no one's complaining. I think everyone's happy. Just safety at number 2, man, that's a reach. And as good as you think Kyle Hamilton will be, that's fine, but got to be a Hall of Famer. You're paying him $10 million right off the bat. So, and I get it. It applies the same to the pass rusher, but if I'm expecting whoever I draft at edge, give me 8 to 10 sacks. I mean, and that's doable. I mean, really, it is. Like, if I draft a safety, there's a whole different set of expectations, especially for him. And coming into a team with no pass rush. Like, it's not ideal, guys. It really isn't. It really isn't.
Fair enough. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, Malik Willis and Kyle Hamilton are the odds makers' favorite to go number 2 overall to the Detroit Lions. We'll get into that more next, along with why that matters for the Detroit Lions and how it could affect their ability to trade back in the draft. We'll get to that after the break. But before we do, Maddie?
Yes, before we go, we do need to hear about our friends at Lady Jane's.
Yes, well, guys, as you know, we broadcast live our show from the headquarters of Lady Jane's in Birmingham, and it is definitely awesome to get off the air and get myself looking great at one of their talented stylists. I am looking right now. They got the TVs, they got the comfy chairs you can sit in, and before you know it, you're walking out and you're taken care of. Walk in anytime, we'll relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. So get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime because it is wicked awesome.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
March 21st, 9 a.m. Woodward Sports is bringing a Detroit legend to the Detroit sports atmosphere. You don't want to miss this historic moment. Make sure you're listening to the Morning Woodward Show Monday morning to find out who.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. What are we even talking about? Stop doing that.
What?
Be nice to people.
I don't want to be nice to them. They're rude. I'm trying to do a show.
They weren't even in it.
They were going to open the door, and I gave them that look.
I know they were.
Yeah, so...
I was like, oh, God, here we go.
Hey, they're doing their job.
I don't care. Fuck their jobs.
We're doing our job,
We're doing our job, too, Fish.
He's not doing his job. The job that he has to do is no swearing. He sweared about 20 times today.
Listen, it's Friday. I'm feeling good. My bracket's already been busted. I don't even want to watch the rest of the tournament.
Who did you have winning again?
Gonzaga, but that doesn't matter. One of my Final Four teams is out.
Well, yeah, but like...
And Kentucky, I had them going to the Elite Eight.
Oh,
yeah, so, you know, yeah, I'm done.
Well, I'm sorry. You should have been better at making
Why
brackets.
am I upset this morning, Maddie?
You should have been better at making brackets. Sorry.
I told you, I have never had a better bracket than when I was in middle school. Isn't
Which
that
is
sad?
unfortunate.
It's
which
sad.
Probably means you suck at making brackets.
Yeah, no, I fully, I'm okay,
Okay.
with that. I don't need to be the best bracket person.
Super.
I don't care.
I'll take it. Don't
Look,
worry.
I'm glad one of you get to win the $1,000. I don't need it.
I just want the pair of Yeezys. You know I'm a shoebie.
You're so annoying with that whole shoe thing. I could not, like, if we were roommates.
That's like the second freaking thing I've said about my shoes.
Yeah, it's already too much for me. If I was your roommate and you had a shoe closet,
I do have a shoe closet.
I would like consider pouring gasoline.
No, like I do have a shoe closet.
I know you do, and I would burn it down.
Isn't that most girls have a shoe closet? Am I
But the
wrong?
difference is like my shoes are all sneakers.
Does it make a difference?
Yes.
And by the way, males have the same thing. Males have shoe closets with like billions of Air Force Ones. Oh, here's my Nike Air Max 2025 DC copy.
Drew has so many shoes. That was here
Drew
yesterday.
is not a part of this conversation right now.
No, but he
don't
has
use him as an excuse.
It is popular.
This is a Madeline Miller conversation. All right. You
I
have
like
a problem.
shoes.
You need
Shoes
to
are
see a therapist too.
Oh, I for sure need a therapist. But I have Gypsy vodka instead.
I know. Well, look, Malik
That's a good
Willis
one.
and Kyle Hamilton are the odds makers' favorites to go number 2 overall to the Detroit Lions. My question for you guys, does this mean there's a chance? And how likely is it that the Detroit Lions can trade back?
I think it's a nada. I don't know. I really don't. And now, is there a team that might be willing to trade up for Malik Willis? But yes, but Carolina can stay pat and take him. Seattle can stay pat and take him. Like, there's no reason to trade up. Especially, I mean, Washington's at 11. They have Carson Wentz now. You have Pittsburgh at 20. They're probably going to take somebody, maybe, to sit behind Mitch Trubisky. But again, like, no team feels the need to trade up. If they're going to trade up, I could see Pittsburgh maybe trading up to, Washington's pick, somewhere around there. No one's going to trade up all the way to number 2. It just isn't going to happen. And if they do, will Lions fans be okay with selecting at 8 to 12 to 20? I think it's better depending on what you get in the trade. But again, guys, like I just don't see it happening. And if it doesn't happen, my question actually back to you, Adam, would be they're re-signing Tim Boyle. They re-signed David Blau. Does this give us any hope they're not taking Malik Willis? Or is it still very possible? Because I thought to myself, they signed both of them. They could still take a quarterback. But again, you got 3 quarterbacks on your roster. What are they doing? Am I going to stay up all night on draft night? Crying myself to sleep? Or what's going on?
I don't think quarterback at 2
because people are still having that conversation.
Is out of the picture. I don't believe so. And again, Brad Holmes has the luxury, and he's earned the right and the trust so far to make this type of decision. So if it is a quarterback, would I be shocked? No. I've become more accepting of the fact that it could be a quarterback that I may not agree with at number 2 overall. Having said that, I still don't believe they're any closer to trading back outside of one specific team that has been screwed in the quarterback trade market so far this offseason, and that is Carolina. Carolina are desperate for a quarterback. They do not want Sam Darnold. It's obvious. They tried going after Deshaun Watson, couldn't get him. Don't be surprised if Carolina makes a bid. Now, are they going to be willing to give you multiple picks? No. They also have Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold that they're trying to get rid of, and that won't be easy. They're still paying Teddy Bridgewater elsewhere. It's unbelievable what they've done with their quarterback situation. So for them to trade up, it's going to be a tough pitch. It really is. And if I'm Carolina, I'm staying put. And if the board falls into my favor and there's a quarterback at 6, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
If not, oh well. Got to move on. That whole regime's about to get fired. Carolina, Matt Rule, much as I like him, as much as I think he's coached well on the defensive side of the ball, you're not allowed to not get the quarterback right in the NFL. I don't care how good you are. It's either you get the quarterback right and you win football games or you don't. And how that affects the Lions, I don't think Carolina's willing to trade the farm like you guys are saying in the chat. I just don't. They aren't willing. Why would they?
And listen, as much as I would love them to pull a Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy like last year and trade everything to get their guy in Justin Fields like they did it for the New York Giants, they traded up to 11. So I get it, but they're at 6, and I honestly feel confident they'll be able to stay put and take Malik Willis. But if they feel like the Lions are legitimate an option to draft Malik Willis, maybe they do trade, and maybe we do go back to 6. And if they go back to 6, I'm fine with that. You could still find a great player at 6, and you won't feel as pressured because you're at 6, you're not at 2. But listen, we'll see what the Panthers do. I think if there's any chance we're able to trade out, it is from the Panthers. I don't know if maybe the Seattle Seahawks, they want to jump Carolina. Maybe they got all those draft picks from Denver. But again, you got to wait till draft night because as of right now, I'm happy the Lions are throwing out the smoke screens. I got no problem with it. I'm not stupid. We get it. If Brad Holmes, all this stuff they're saying, they're re-signing their quarterbacks. They love Malik Willis at the Senior Bowl. I get all of that, but there's a difference between loving somebody and for the smoke screens and loving somebody because you want to draft them. So hopefully it's one and not the other, but we'll see. Nobody knows Brad Holmes and his scouting department.
Yeah, look, I don't see it, guys, because you have to understand the GM right now is not a fan of the head coach, and he's publicly criticized him. The GM is not giving away his future to try and save a guy that he has on the hot seat this year.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. So, no, Carolina's not going to give up the farm just to make Matt Rule happy. They're not even happy with him right now. Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. If I'm about to fire Fish, do you think I would give Fish, I don't know, 3-year compensation along with, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out a real-world example of this, but
like in Chicago, you're right, because they were both on the hot seat. They were both risking their jobs.
They were both trying to save their jobs.
Yeah, right.
The GM is safe right now. He's not a fan of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he give up draft capital to move up 4 spots to get a quarterback that maybe he's not in love with, but Matt Rule is desperate for one? That's not how it works. It's not how it works at all. Carolina is not moving up. It's just not the case. There's no way. Is Carolina's GM safe? He is safe for now. He's more safe than the head coach is, and he has a better relationship than the owner than the head coach does right now.
And that's key, yeah.
And that's a big part of it. Holy crap, my nose is like, I'm not joking. It's done. Out of commission.
It's all the cocaine
out
you've
of
been
commission.
doing.
Look, when you do as much cocaine as I do,
all right.
You have days like this where your nose is just freaking shooting fire.
Jack with
I can barely even breathe. I feel like I'm talking like this the whole time. So annoying.
Mez!
Oh. God, it hurts. It really does.
Yeah.
It sucks. I slept with a Vicks machine in front of me last night
You
just
need
so I
like
could...
one of those, what are they, the neti pots?
What? No, I don't need a neti pot. No, I need Coke.
Don't you?
I need 3 lines of Coke on this goddamn table so I can finish the show before I die.
Oh my God.
Hashtag draft the cocaine. I'm literally making a shirt, and I'm hoping it's ready by next Wednesday, and I'm going to wear it on the show.
Could be you in a goat mask. Draft the
It's
cocaine.
just
Wait, I
gonna
want
be-
one too.
I'll buy one for everybody here.
Okay.
Deal? Yeah. Fish, what size are you?
I
Small?
mean, you have to buy me lunch too.
Oh yeah.
That is a fair
Trying-
point.
trying to
I got to
walk-
take
trying to
Maddie
walk
out for
around.
lunch.
But isn't it
You know
today?
what? We're gonna
Isn't it
do a whole Woodward Sports, not Woodward Sports, but morning Woodward show
Sports.
lunch. I'm gonna take all of you out for a lunch.
Wow,
the hell?
nice.
I won that fair and square.
You did. You won it for everybody. What is this? Just a me and you thing?
I won.
Okay, you can decide. Are we taking everybody with us, or do
Don't
you just
do that to me.
Yeah, I am, you
That's
jackass.
so rude.
You're not paying for it. Why does it matter if they show up?
You're right. I'm only going if Fish has 3 Mountain Dews.
Fish?
I mean, I can't promise that.
Why? It's pop.
I know, but that's not me to drink pop. That's like I did drink the Mountain Dew, by the way. This is like a special occasion. I'm not a pop fan. Everyone's like, I need Coca-Cola, I need Pepsi, I need Mountain Dew, I need Dark. No, I don't.
Don't you love how he said I need Coca-Cola instead of I need
water.
Coke?
This is me, water. So
Fish
I need
is very responsible.
water.
I know, buddy. You're very.
Fish can drive us home
You home.
from lunch.
Wait, what about you?
I'll be okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm one of those people that says, yeah, I'm good.
Jeff saw himself out of this conversation.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Actually, go to Woodward
Jeff
Sports
probably
right
doesn't
now.
even know what we're talking about.
They just posted Sadiq Trey. All right, and we're gonna start branding that. That's gonna be our.
I like
we're gonna push that forward for Sadiq's nickname, Sadiq Trey.
This is a great show, by the way.
Adam would be more classy if he stopped using the F word. Yeah, maybe.
Maddie sits at the head of the table. You know
Adam's,
maybe you're right.
Adam's all about class. No,
Look, I
listen,
wouldn't be angry if you swore, but we're on the radio, so
I don't care.
Well, you should.
It'll just be
because
blanks.
someone's got to edit it out.
It'll just be blanks on the radio.
Look,
sorry,
Fish,
radio listeners.
My job up here is to talk sports.
Yep.
And to entertain people.
Yeah.
If you don't like the words coming out of my mouth,
You
don't
could
listen.
entertain people in a different way.
I entertain people not in different ways. I entertain them my way.
Okay.
And I do things my way.
There
And
are
if it's not good enough, then I won't be doing a
There
show
are
in a year
several
from now.
radio hosts, I guarantee you, would love to swear, but they don't. They keep it bottled inside.
Well, I'm not a radio host.
But we're on the radio.
Just because we send our audio to radio does not mean we're a radio show. We are a social media digital show.
On the radio.
Oh,
That is featured on the radio. That is not priority.
Featured on.
I'm
the
going to
Roar.
kill this guy.
Well, I've been waiting for
Fish,
a year.
I literally... Dude.
I've waited for a year. Hasn't
Listen,
happened yet.
Fish.
I think I'm done with both
It's
of you.
YouTube and then radio.
Okay.
YouTube is more important.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Digitally.
Yeah.
Social media and YouTube. Then radio. That's how it works.
Yeah.
We're not a radio show.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyways,
Don't swear.
I'm done with both of you.
I'll swear as much
so
as I want.
Jeff, can you please tell us about Cintron so we can go to break?
Yes, I absolutely can, because I'm
Thank
drinking
you.
Cintron right now, guys, and it's absolutely delicious. Keeps me through the morning, and I know it'll keep you through the morning or any sporting event you so choose to go at Little Caesars Arena. Cintron World is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners with the Detroit Pistons, exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice. Buy online at cintronworld.com. Use the promo code RedWings10. Save 10% with shipping included. But remember, guys, drink it, live it with Cintron.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Guys, I'm really sad right now because I'm hungry and Wingstop sounds absolutely delicious. And they're fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wingsnob has the best traditional wings. Come on, guys. Try out their signature sauces. They have Jamaican jerk. They have lemon pepper. They also have wings tossed to perfection in any sauce you so choose. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a frickin' snob. Come on, guys. Order now online at wingsnob.com. Wingsnob, they just have better wings. Let's face it.
You know who has better wide receivers? The Los Angeles Rams, and one of their wide receivers who missed a majority of the season due to an ACL injury is Robert Woods. And the Lions are reportedly interested. Jeff, do you make the move? And what are you willing to give up to get him?
Yeah, well, listen, Robert Woods is clearly great wide receiver, a respectable wide receiver, and it's a guy that the Lions might be able to get on a decent trade offer. Especially, they just signed Allen Robinson. I don't know if they're even willing to trade Robert Woods, but if he's on the market, I got no issue with it. It's a veteran wide receiver, somebody that the Lions were already looking for in free agency. I know Allen Robinson was the talk of the town, but now you get DJ Chark, someone who's unproven. But the difference between Robert Woods is he's proven. He's coming off an injury, of course, but I think, at least especially now in this day and age, ACL injuries, guys can come back from them pretty successfully. You saw it with Odell Beckham. I know he tore his other ACL, but again, he looked pretty damn good before he was injured. So I would love it. I would welcome Robert Woods to Detroit. I think that'd be a great addition. Brings a veteran, someone who Jared Goff is very comfortable with. But even further beyond that, like whatever quarterback you're able to get in the future, you got Robert Woods here. So I got no issue with it. Depends on what they have to give up, of course. Now, what does Robert Woods go for? I don't know. But if the price is right, I would welcome Robert Woods to come over to Detroit. I mean, he'd help a wide receiver room already. I think arguably they have the best wide receiver room in the NFC North, arguably. And if you bring in a guy like Robert Woods, you can never have too much weapons, especially now. You can never have too much perimeter talent in the NFL nowadays. I mean, ask the Rams now. So no problem with it at all, Adam. I would welcome the trade. It just depends what they have to give up. That's really the question I have. And if I'm able to get that answered and we see it's maybe a third or fourth, whatever it is, I think I'll be good with it. I like Robert Woods.
Yeah, look, I mean, Brad Holmes has the inside connection, right? And we've seen the friendly deals already made with the Rams before that are fair, that are beneficial to both sides. I could totally see Robert Woods being available to Detroit, but what does Robert Woods want? I think that is probably the question. Is he looking to get paid after his injury? Is he looking for a new home where he wants to spend the rest of his career? Or is he looking for a prove-it team where he can go in, get his yards, then go elsewhere and get paid? Or, those are questions only he knows the answer to. And Brad Holmes will figure that out. I think he's a great fit for the Detroit Lions, though. I mean, guys, I am already excited for how this offense can look given what it has already. You add Robert Woods to that receiving core. Robert Woods, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, DJ Chark, TJ Hawkinson, that offensive line, that backfield, along with a quality quarterback. He may not be one of the best. He's average. Fine. That's all I need. Tennessee were 13-4 with an average quarterback.
Right.
You can figure it out, Detroit. Do well in the draft. Draft correctly. Focus on defense. You trade for Robert Woods and you bring him into the building. My goodness, I don't want to hear a single excuse from any one of you. That is a quality football team that has no reason not to outperform 10x what they did last year. No excuses, Jeff. Ben Johnson will have weapons galore.
Absolutely.
And game plan galore on what he can do with that offense.
No, absolutely no excuses. Look at the wide receiver room. Talent. Well, look at the offensive line, one of the best in the league. Look at the run game. Consistently going to be now, with the help of Deuce Staley, one of the best in the league. So I'm good with it. I mean, this offense I'm pretty much sealed off. If you can get a guy like Robert Woods, you got the weapons. You got guys on the perimeter. You got TJ Hawkinson. Like Jared Goff, I know last year it was hard to kind of evaluate Jared Goff because of the circumstances, but this year certainly you can evaluate him, and you could take a very, you could say about Jared Goff, listen, we've given you all the talent, like the Rams did. The Rams traded Jared Goff. Now he has that opportunity in Detroit, so it's going to be interesting. Not only him, but Dan Campbell. I mean, it's across the board. The more talent that comes into this building, the stakes get higher. So we're going to be able to really look at Dan, look at Ben, look at Jared Goff, and evaluate this entire team. And I'm excited for it. And that goes for the defense as well. I mean, Aaron Glenn overachieved with that defense. It's going to be exciting to see what that looks like as well, adding more pieces. So it's a good evaluation year for everybody. I mean, no one's going to be shy from it. We're going to be evaluating everybody. I think Jared Goff, though, this year is a big year for him. It really is. And I think it's a big year for not only him, but for the fans, because they get to see, is Jared Goff that guy? Because we know he's a bridge quarterback, but is he a guy that can be an Alex Smith, can take your team to the playoffs, you can compete, and then when you draft your quarterback, you can slide him right on in with a team that's already complete. So we'll see. It's a big year for Jared, though.
Look, again, this is why you're patient. This is why you're willing to wait in the offseason. That's why you don't panic buy. And Allen Robinson goes to the Rams. Now Robert Woods is available, coming off an injury, just like DJ Chark. Similar, not the same injury, but they're both coming off one. You're able to get them for less than what they would typically go for. And that to me, is a very intriguing deal for the Detroit Lions. You have to consider it. You have to consider it. I don't mind Robert Woods at all. I think he'd be a solid fit this year. It would just add to the comfort level you're giving Jared Goff. And then you can look Jared Goff in his face and say, dude, if you can't succeed with this, you will never succeed anywhere. That is the type of accountability I'm looking forward to. But, Jeff, I quickly want to move on to some recent NFL news. Obviously, the Davante Adams trade. He is now the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. Walk me through the AFC West. Who's the favorite? And have we ever seen a division that strong in NFL history?
No. I honestly, at least in my short lifetime, no, I've never seen a division this strong. And I want to, for favorite though, I think everybody needs to pump the brakes on Denver. As much as I like and love Russell Wilson, respect him as a quarterback, Denver, I mean, this is a division that is so stacked, and not even the division, but the AFC. You need to have the best of the best. Like Russell, yes, they have a very talented roster. He's got Jerry Jeudy, and I like Jerry Jeudy, but he's not, Allen Robinson, Cooper Kupp, and Robert Woods if he stays. Like there's different teams with different, especially the Chargers now. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. You're gonna have Austin Eckler in the backfield. You signed Khalil Mack, you traded for Khalil Mack. There's other teams in the AFC West I like better than the Broncos. I like the Chargers a whole lot. I think they're going to take a tremendous step forward. I think the Chiefs are still going to be in that conversation. As crazy as it is to say it, I think the Raiders are probably the fourth best team, even though I don't even know if they will end up like that at the end of the year. But again, if we're going just strictly talent, I would go Chargers, Chiefs, Denver, and then the Raiders. But again, Raiders could be third, could be second. I don't think they'll win the division, but they got a tough-ass team over there in Las Vegas. So AFC West is going to be a bloodbath. Oh, speaking, Dante, you said it best. AFC West is going to be a bloodbath. Took it right out of my mouth.
Wow.
It is. As I said that, he typed
convenient.
it. Yeah, he literally said that as soon as I said. But yeah, it is. It's going to be a bloodbath. I cannot wait to see those matchups. I mean, 6 games a year are going to be
Who's your favorite
battles.
in that division, though?
I like the Chargers.
Yeah? I'm good with that.
I like them. Just in terms of quarterback, coach, defense, wide receivers, complete team, I love them. I really do. Now, would I be surprised if Denver wins it? No.
Who's going to be a sleeper quarterback to draft?
Who?
Derek Carr. Look, I can pass on Josh Allen. I can pass on all these guys, get my running backs and receivers set. Sneak in Derek Carr later on in the draft.
Those 3 receivers, and especially you count Darren Waller as a receiver, Davante Adams, Hunter Renfrow.
That is such a goddamn good division. Josh McDaniels, man, congratulations. I mean, that is great news for you, but I mean, all 4 teams are expecting to compete day one with those teams, with that coaching, with that kind of quarterback play, with those wide receivers. Oh, man, the AFC West is just going to be so fun. Just going to be so fun, man. Charles McClain predicts the AFC West next year final standings will be the Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, the Chiefs last. I don't know, Charles. That's a hell of a take, dude. Hell of a take, but let's take a quick break. When we get back, get your questions in the chat. But before we get to mailbag time, Jeff, could you tell everybody about Guardian Alarm?
Well, we talk about the stacked defenses in the AFC West. I'll tell you about Guardian Alarm and how stacked they are at your own home. Good defense on and off the field helps you feel secure. Not only that, Guardian Alarm has state-of-the-art technology that helps you feel safe, all with 24/7 local monitoring. Guardian Alarm also has convenient features that let you check in on your home, control lights and temperatures, even detect smoke or carbon monoxide. It will even let you lock and unlock doors. Call 800-STAY-OUT today. You heard fish. That's 800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm has been trusted for over 90 years at keeping families safe.
Get out, leave.
Everything that we've hoped for, finally.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Putting on a show here, that's how you answer. We love our sports. We just wish they'd love us back. Detroit sports for Detroit sports fans. Woodward Sports.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Mailbag time. Get your questions in the chat. Would you trade the number 2 overall pick to Carolina? They are desperate for a quarterback. I think the question, JD, should be, is Carolina willing to trade up to the number 2 pick? And if I'm Carolina, I'm not making that move. I'm not making that move at all. I can't get Watson. I'm not forcing it. And I have a head coach on the hot seat. I'm not interested in trading up for a quarterback and giving away my draft capital. If one of the top 3 quarterbacks drops to 34, do you take him? I think you consider it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do think you consider it.
Absolutely.
Is there another starting pitcher that you would want the Tigers to go after? And how do you feel about the bullpen? I'm confident in the bullpen. I am not interested in going after any more starters.
Yep,
I think they've shored it up enough. We have some young arms. We'll see how the season plays out. It's a young team. I like where it's going. I'm not interested in overcommitting here. We don't need to overextend. You got Baez. The team is looking good. Do you think the Red Wings trade Bertuzzi? Even if the reported haul we could get for him, I think it's not worth losing him, and he is a great asset to the Red Wings. #mailbag. Jeff?
Actually, I like Bertuzzi as well. I think the core that Steve Yzerman's building right now, I absolutely love it. Now, is there pieces they need to add, especially on the defensive side and goaltending to shore up the goaltending? Of course. But again, I agree with you, Vinny. I think the core is, you can't break it up right now. I like Bertuzzi a whole lot. For a period of time in the beginning of the season, he was leading this team in goals by far. And, he got injured a little bit. But, no, I love Bertuzzi. I think he's a great piece of this core. And this isn't a Jerami Grant situation where you're willing to trade the guy. I like Tyler Bertuzzi. I think he can grow with us, really. Adam, thoughts on the Lions? Should they go after Landon Collins or Leighton Vander Esch? Wow.
Ooh, wow. I mean, those are both interesting plays. Again, financially, what are you looking for? To be honest, given where you're picking in the draft, it makes more sense to go after Vander Esch.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting a linebacker at 2, and the one at 32 or 34, I'm not sure how confident you're going to be. And you're more likely to grab the safety you want at 32 or 34 than you are to get the linebacker you want. So I would definitely go after Vander Esch over Landon Collins. Let's see what else we have here. Should the Lions sign the Honey Badger? No, they should just go buy a bottle of honey and call it a day. They should not go anywhere near that goddamn player.
No.
He's well past it. I don't see it.
He wants to win.
Is there another? Let's see. Any other questions? Who will lead the Tigers in home runs this year? I'm saying Torkelson or Grossman. I'm gonna go Spencer Torkelson. I think he'll hit about 23 to 27, and that'll be the most on this baseball team this year.
I like this one. What Detroit team do you see making their playoffs first? I would say the Red Wings at this point in time, just because I'm confident in what I'm seeing. I know the Pistons, probably a year or two away, at least 2 years. They got to draft another guy next year. They might slightly improve to closer to 500, but again, it's going to be a process for them. Same with the Lions, I believe. Maybe next year, the year after, but the Red Wings are close.
Yeah, give me the Tigers. I think the Tigers can do it this year.
Tigers as well. They can do it easily this year.
I do think the Tigers can do it this year. I like this question from Piston Fan 11. After last night, has Sadiq Bey entered the quote-unquote can't trade unless it's a package for a superstar status? ? Kate is untouchable. Sadiq not far from me.
No, he's untouchable. I think he was always untouchable for me, at least, because you see a guy that's still on his rookie deal that is putting up numbers like that. Even if he was still averaging 15 points a game, shooting the percentage he was from 3, that's a good value to any team. I mean, honestly. And he's not fully into his shell yet. He's not growing into what he is as a player yet. He still has a lot of room to grow. So I'd agree with the Pistons fan. I think he's untouchable. Who else we got in here?
Should the Pistons draft Ivy? That's becoming more and more popular as the days go by.
I love it. That's a fantasy.
She was on the board at the time, but I think a lot of people are sold on Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's my fantasy. Get some other guy in the backcourt with Cade. I think it'd be showtime. It'd be great. Question, what would you give up to get Hutchinson? Wait, what?
Nothing.
Hopefully,
I'm not trading up.
You don't trade up. You trade back, but you don't trade up.
How do you feel about the Adams trade, and how does it affect the Packers, specifically Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is a bitch, to be honest with you, so I'm glad Davante Adams chose to leave. Good for them. But the Packers have capital. Well, not capital only. They have the cap to be able to go maneuver for a wide receiver, be in the wide receiver trading market. On top of that, they'll be able to draft a wide receiver if they choose to. I'm not worried about the Packers. I still think the North will have to run through them because they have the best quarterback in the division. But after that, it's all up in the air. Next question, Jeff. We all agree the Wings need defensive help, but can we please acknowledge that they have a loaded farm system on the defensive side? He makes a point.
Yeah, he does. Sorry, I'm responding to Wasim. He was asking me a question as well. What was the question that he asked?
About the Red Wings. They're stacked defensively. Wasim Mackey. Here we go. Wasim, shut the hell up. How about that? Jackass Michigan fan.
No, I was going to say, actually, with Saddiq, I think the question, we had another mailbag months ago, and someone asked, would you trade Jalen Green for Sadiq Bay? Or not Jalen Green, I'm sorry. Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown for Sadiq Bay. I think I was like, well, maybe I'd consider it, but I still think he's untouchable. I don't really see a deal where you're able to get a deal done with Sadiq, but are we sold on Trayvon Walker at 2? I am, at least. I like Trayvon Walker.
I don't mind Trayvon Walker at 2. I'm open to it.
I've been pretty high on him for a long time. I like Trayvon. Do we draft a wide receiver if we trade for Woods? I think you put less pressure.
I just don't think you should at this point. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I believe you let Holmes get 3 drafts in before you evaluate. No, Jeff, and I'll tell you why. Because in the season and a half that I've witnessed him, he operates differently. He operates like a successful general manager should and does in the NFL. I'm confident in Brad Holmes. I don't need 3 seasons to call a spade a spade. Adam, I'm going to need a good FU from FU by the end of the show. Yeah, Wasim. Yeah, FU. I'm having dinner with Wasim today, just so you guys know. Yeah, taking the wives out for dinner today. Wasim, she's not in the studio, so she can't do anything. Did she send it? Thank God. All right, we're going to end the show before you get that up. I'm not letting it happen. Oh, God. Thank you, everybody. Great show, everyone. Yes, great show, everyone. Thank you so much. Would you take Lloyd at 2 if you aren't sold on any of the edge rushers? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. The same way about Kyle Hamilton, I feel, is the same way I feel about Devin Lloyd, even though I love Devin Lloyd as a prospect and I love Kyle Hamilton as a prospect, just not at 2. Oh, my God, you outdid yourself with this video. Wasim, all right, now I need to see. What's the video? Do you have it, Alex?
I don't have it yet.
All right, he doesn't have it yet. So hurry the hell up, Maddie. Where does Christian McCaffrey get traded? The Bills? Honestly, I don't know. Carolina wants a first for him, and I'm not sure who's going to be willing to give up a first-round pick for a running back.
Guy hasn't played a full season in 2 years.
I don't know, especially an injury-prone running back. Adam, you're the reason I unsubscribed, just so you know. Great, Forrest. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Could care less, honestly.
All right, one more. Jeff, would you trade the 177th pick for Woods? Yeah, of course I would, Scott. That'd be ideal for me. But we'll see. I'm going to be interested to see what Woods goes for, or what's his asking price. So that's going to be probably what I'm looking forward to the most. What do we got here? Did he send you the video? I got to see this before the show ends, if it's possible.
I want to know.
Now this is... Oh, God.
Draft the cocaine. Do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, the famous saying from today's morning show, draft the cocaine. Never forget it. We have 1 minute left, so I got to say my goodbyes. Unless, Alex, you have that video ready. I'm not sure. He does have it ready.
Oh,
all right.
Let's see what we got here.
Let's see it. Let's see. I'm nervous. God damn it.
It's a classic.
It's a classic? Let's see it.
It's a dancing one?
I don't know. Is it me dancing with my shirt off? Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. I am going to do my best. I'll see all of you on the bottom line today from 2 to 4. Enjoy Big D Energy at 11.
Like that
Jerami
video?
Grant
Do
is
you
going to be joining
like
the show.
that video?
Yeah.
What is that?
Do you low-key like that video?
Oh, it's funny, yeah.
Okay.
No, I was having a good time. I was on vacation, Fish. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you on Monday, and you'll probably see me on the bottom line from 2 to 4. Again, Jerami Grant on Big D Energy. We're out of here. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend.